late because they're starting to take the intro.
I just don't first I don't want to hear about another.
Okay, next we have public communications speaker.
Mr. Chairman, last night on the television we saw you stating that the courts have ruled that this is something, the Supreme Court has ruled that this is an issue that needs to be determined by the courts. Have you read the Reyes decision, Mr. Chairman? That clearly states that this is not an issue for the courts, this is an issue for the government, for the legislature, and the voters have spoken. Overwhelmingly, they have approved Proposition 215. What do you have against patients? There are sick people that use cannabis as a medicine. What do you have against the patients of San Diego that require medicinal cannabis? Why do you want to file a frivolous lawsuit? Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you threatening this? If you had given guidelines for the dispensaries, you would not be having the problems that people are complaining about. If you give regulations, people will abide by the regulations. If you do not give them, you have a free-for-all. And that is the problem that the voters are complaining about. Thank you very much.
Patients have died, patients are in pain, and patients will continue to die and be in pain because of your inaction. In August of 1999, Steve McWilliams and I came to this Board of Supervisors, and I believe all of you were sitting here at that same time. We asked for guidelines, we asked for help in getting this thing implemented. 3 weeks after we came, one of the members of Shelter from the Storm, a 36-year-old man from Oakland, died in excruciating pain in the emergency room when his organs disintegrated literally in the emergency room, and he had nothing for pain. He had 3 doctors that said it was the only medicine that was working. He died. Patients continue to die. The deaths of patients and the future deaths of patients are on your hands, and we can change that now. Please stop this action. Please help us get guidelines so that we have regulations. And I want you to understand, it is medicine, and it does work, and it saves people's lives.
How are you guys doing today? My name is Rudy Reyes. I'm a burn survivor from the Cedar Fires. I'm sure you guys are aware of what happened in the Cedar Fires. I'm just here to ask you guys why you guys are making medical decisions for me. I'm a person that was affected by the fires. I will show you injuries. Most of my body's affected. I'm hurting. I'm hurting on a daily basis. I'm not using it for smoking purposes. I'm not using it as a drug. I'm not using anything like that. I'm using it as a tincture. I was prescribed in the hospital. The doctors are all okay with this. Your guys' decisions are hurting me medically. And you guys are making me go through excessive pains that I don't need to go through. And especially being in San Diego. I'm from San Diego. I live here. I'm local. I'm from Verona. I'm one of the local kids that was raised here. I love my San Diego. I wouldn't leave this for anything. And I'm sure you guys feel the same. And I'm sure the reason why you guys are in your position is because you guys love San Diego too. Please help me make San Diego better. Don't take us into a worse position where patients are being persecuted for their style of life, of life. Please don't make this any worse. I'm just coming here looking for compassion, looking for you guys to say, hey, there are people hurting, and we can help them. You guys could right now turn this into a hero event if you guys wanted to. That's all I'm here to say. Please, like me, try to be a hero. I went and tried to save people. I went and didn't care about my own injuries and got people out. Please try to help me deal with my life now. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
You're not serving God. You're not serving Jesus. And I'd strongly encourage every one of you to pick up your word and study. Think about what you've done to the conscience of people my age. I see the mistakes you guys made in the 60s on government, and you lost your children. I'm not losing my kids. You understand what I'm saying? You're not doing God's service when you stand in opposition to us and the righteousness and the mercies that we represent. These people are a better reflection of Christ than anybody in this room up here.
Next speaker, please.
We've had this freedom for 9 years. And if you take this away, if you try and take this away from the medical marijuana patients who are being kept alive by this, if you make me have to go back out into the street to get my medicine, you don't want to open up that can of, as the kids say, whoop-ass. You don't want to declare war on us. If we have to start having protests in front of your individual houses, if we have to take the protests to you, this will get as ugly as you decide it has to get. It's going to get as ugly as it has to get before you decide to do the right thing. We're not asking you to do the wrong thing. We're asking you to actually do the right thing. And I see the way that it's well known throughout the state that Mr. Bill Horn is the leader of this. He's on point, as they say. And this will not stand. You will not take our freedom away. And the smirking, the power that you have to do this to people, to take people who have cancer and have gone to the doctors, and the doctors give them pills, and those pills have side effects, and they need other pills to counteract the side effects, or they take medical cannabis, and they get to eat. I've seen it save lives. It saved my life. And if you want to take my medicine away, if you want to take away 100,000 people in the state of California's medicine away, you better be prepared for this fight, because this is not going to be just a slam dunk, you can slip it in through the courts. If you declare war on us, it's your declaration.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
I want to talk to everybody about what's personal in their own life. You know, I don't think any of you suffer from chronic pain like most of us who are here today. And I understand that you guys pray every day, you know, when you come into this room. Well, those of you who pray should also be praying for forgiveness, the pain that you are allowing us to endure. I myself have gone through almost 22 surgeries since 1997. Without medical marijuana, I was basically under the influence of narcotics 24 hours a day, unable to work, unable to function in my personal life, as well as just being a basic human being. And anybody who knows anybody who's on, you know, hard medication understands what they go through with their mood swings and whatnot. From the time that I got my medical marijuana card, I was able to start functioning again. I cut my pain meds in half. You gotta understand, 78% voted for this, and I guarantee you, that much against any one of you, like any one of you at any time, especially you, Mr. Horn, you should be ashamed of what you said on television last night. It's unconscionable. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our nation's drug laws serve as a death sentence to hundreds of thousands of patients across the country, patients with AIDS, patients with cancer. And if you were to try to repeal Prop 215 in California, you would be issuing a death sentence to thousands of Californians who need this medicine to survive, as many have attested to today in front of you. I see in between the Palmilla and the United States flag, California, and the San Diego County flag, that your seal says the noblest motive is the public good. Medical marijuana is for the public good. It is for the health and well-being of thousands of patients. There is overwhelming support within your county and within California and across the nation for medical cannabis. And an assault on democracy and an assault on medical cannabis would be an assault on patients and would literally serve as a death sentence. It would not be upholding, it would not even come close to what you consider the noblest motive to be. Thank you.
Yeah, but I think before people leave, we've got a number of speakers, and I want to thank everybody. You know, I guess part of being in government for a long time is that you listen and you want to hear. For the first speaker who came from Los Angeles, he needs some research because he clearly dismissed what's happened here. We haven't been unanimous on this, and I would just tell you that when I hear either any of us, and any of my colleagues being threatened with the kind of things that I heard from some speakers today, not from others, because I also heard some very thoughtful presentations. You know, ultimately the things that get decided in this room get decided for good reasons and good presentations. I would just encourage those of you who have good stories to tell to keep doing that. And we don't need anybody from LA to come here and threaten us. I was going to pick at our houses, and no matter how I may or may not have voted, I'll try not to let that influence me in any negative way.
They are going to go ahead with this lawsuit, so we have to just take this as an opportunity to push this to another level.